Hello guys, hello family, hello friends. This is Dr. T and welcome to Clinical Medicine with Dr. T. So guys, we haven't done endocrine disorders. I just thought let me just throw in thyroid. So we're gonna start this series on thyroid. So we're gonna be doing we're gonna start with the basic anatomy, physiology, and do the pathologies later on, clinical presentations, that kind of a thing. But it's important to understand the physiology first, because problems, the pathophysiology or the pathology of the thyroid usually starts with a disturbance in the normal physiology. I think thyroid disorders and how to investigate them, it's wise to fully understand the physiology. So as we all know, the thyroid is one of the endocrine glands. As we all know, endocrine glands, they secrete their hormones directly into the blood, and then the exocrine, they secrete their hormones into ducts. So thyroid gland is one of the endocrine glands. So we also know that the thyroid gland is a butterfly-shaped gland. The butterfly-shaped gland, and it's found in the anterior neck, just below the thyroid cartilage, and it has got two lobes. This is the left lobe, and this is the right lobe. The two lobes, they are connected by the isthmus in the middle, and the thyroid itself is covered by two capsules. There's an outer capsule, which is called the false capsule, and the inner capsule called the true capsule. So, but they are very close to each other, this one, leaving a very small space in between. So all the way, it goes all the way like that. So the outer is called, like I said, is also called the false capsule, and the inner is called the true capsule. I think the reason for that is because the true capsule is the one that actually wraps the thyroid gland, that wraps itself around the thyroid gland, while the false one, it also wraps the other structures and extending and become the part of the fascias that I can't really remember, in the neck, cervical fascia, all those things. So I think that's the reason, but anyway, not important. So I think it's important for surgeons to understand if you've got an abscess, how it spreads, how the pus might spread, blah blah blah, but we are internists. So that's our thyroid gland right there. Now, coming to the issue of blood supply. The blood supply to the thyroid, there are two standard arteries. We have the inferior thyroid artery, and we have the superior thyroid artery. The superior thyroid artery is a branch of the external carotid artery, while the inferior thyroid artery is the branch of the thoracocervical artery. And then we also have, these are standard arteries. Then there's this one that some people have, some people don't have. It's called the Thyroidema Artery. Thyroidema Artery. So it branches from the subclavian artery, right? Very important, very, very important. Our blood supply there. Now, the venous drainage is done by three veins. The first vein is the superior thyroid vein. The second one is the middle thyroid vein. Then the third one is the inferior thyroid vein, right? So the superior and the middle thyroid veins, they drain into the internal jugular vein, and then the inferior drains into the subclavian, right? So this is the blood supply of the thyroid now. So what I want us to look at now is to zoom inside. Let us zoom inside there. Let's take this part. Okay, while I'm still there, let me just say, inside the functional units of the thyroid gland are called the follicles, thyroid follicles, which are spherical in shape. They're just scattered around there. Right? So those are called the thyroid follicles. Thyroid follicles. So now I'm gonna just have to remove this so that we can zoom. So let's zoom into this. So what is happening there? So this is our follicle, this is our other follicle, this is our other follicle. One thing that I'm forgetting to mention is, in between those follicles, those thyroid follicles, there are special cells in there that are scattered in between there, found in small groups, and these cells are called the C cells or the parafollicular cells. So these cells are called the C cells. The C stands for calcitonin. Calcitonin, or the parafollicular cells. Parafollicular cells. And those cells, they are mainly responsible for calcium metabolism, which we're not going to talk about today. So those follicles, so this is where you would find your parafollicular cells or your C cells, right? Now, these cells, they are a single layer of cells. They are called simple. When you find epithelial cells that are arranged, they've got like one layer, arranged in one layer. That's called simple. It can be simple columnar, simple cuboidal, simple squamous. It's just the simple there simply means that it's one layer of cells. Now, these cells, these are our follicular cells. This is where the magic happens, done by those cells there. So, this is one thyroid follicle, this is another thyroid follicle, and then this is another thyroid follicle. So, these thyroid follicles, they are arranged, so there's one layer of cells. And when you've got one layer of cells, it means that it's easy for stuff to move from this side to the other side. Unlike when you've got multiple layers of cells, it becomes difficult. But the reason of having a simple whatever epithelial cell is to allow stuff to move from this side to this side, or from this side to the other side. So inside these thyroid follicles, there are glycoproteins that are suspended in this mixture here, and this is called the colloid. This is called the colloid. Colloid. We're going to talk about it in detail. And then now I want us to take so the cells that make up these follicles are called it depends whether you find them during their active phase or their inactive phase. If you find them during their inactive phase, they are simple squamous cells. Simple cuboidal. And when they are active, they are simple columnar. So they become elongated when they are active. So let me just say simple columnar. Right? Now, let's zoom into this section here and put it here. Actually, we have already done it. So this is it. So the arrangement of those cells there, this side is going to be the side with the colloid. And the side with the colloid is called is the side that's got the apical membrane. Side with the apical membrane. Apical membrane. Then the side that doesn't have the colloid, there's a blood vessel that runs there. That side is called so it's the side that is facing the blood vessel. That side is called the basolateral. So it has got the basolateral membrane. Basolateral membrane. Lateral membrane. Right? So if we were to go all the way, we would have something like this. But for simplicity reasons, I'm not going to do that. So now we're going to leave everything here. Just remember this, guys, all of it. Now we're going to start from the beginning. I don't know.